Remember all those SILKSONG sprites we've been yapping about? People have actually compiled animations from those sprites, so expect to see some banger Hornet animations later today. Yeah, later today, more like 2 days later. I'm sorry guys, every time I make a statement like that, the stars align to make sure it doesn't happen. Can you really blame me though for getting distracted by the naked Hornet sprite for 2 days that I was unable to make this video? It's not just me, r/SilkSong has been rigorously researching that sprite. Unfortunately for you all today, that sprite is not the center of attention because we do not have enough sprites to animate that scene. Unless you go to a certain subreddit, I'm sure. But we do have a lot of other beautiful animations that people splice together using the sprite sheet that ACMI provided to IGN. How's it going everyone? My name is Primacon. Today we're gonna look at some brand new Hornet animations you have never seen before. If that sounds exciting, do subscribe to the channel. I actually have a long list of really fun video ideas for you all May to keep you entertained before we finally get SILKSONG. We are now in the final push for the great song. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, let's get into it. I want to start the video off by Mushroomface777. Amazing artist. Please go check out their Instagram. Their art's fantastic. As I said, I talked to them in the DMs and they did a full thesis on this thing. Analysis of the sprites I've put together so far. Starting off, here's the sprite sheet with a gray background. I found it was easier to see the sprites with this color background. Yeah, that's what I did in my video analysis as well. Okay, I'm a 2D animator and I've been putting the sprites together to see them animated. I do want to say that this is not Hornet's full sprite sheet, so a lot of what's going on here is like incomplete animations. Doing this does take a lot of time because most of these frames are not in order and scattered. Yeah, they were wacky, dude. They were not even perfectly aligned, let alone in a consistent order across the whole page. For example, this is a good amount of frames for Hornet walking, but when I put them together, it was clear that it was not a full walk-run cycle. So it's these animations right there. Anyway, here's what you all are here for. I'm going to start with the newer sprites I've animated and go from there. So yeah, this is a sprite of Hornet jumping down before she even throws her needle. Makes me believe that you can hold that charge and actually move around before you let go of it and she throws the needle out. Really cool, to be honest. First up is Hornet getting ready to throw her needle. It's possible that she could also be jumping up here instead of landing. However, when I put the frames together, it looked like she was setting into a land rather than jumping up. Yeah, either way, it looks like you're not going to be stuck in position while you throw that needle. I thought it would just be instant. You just press a button and she just immediately throws it, but pretty cool. Here's an idle animation of her looking around. There was a lot of these standing sprites, so I focused more on having her head motion be correct rather than the cloak moving exactly how it should. That's pretty cool. I don't think we have ever seen Hornet idling before because we saw her in gameplay demos and trailers where there's always something going on. No one just stood still long enough for an idle animation to start. So this is pretty cool, very dynamic. Here we saw this one on Nintendo screenshot. I think it's Hornet's grappling upwards as she doesn't have her needle in her hand. Yeah, so this animation actually someone put together fully in a screenshot. So let's jump over to that before we continue on with this particular post. So it's this post by Exact Advertising, but it's this little motion that we all speculated that is Hornet throwing her needle and zipping up to it. I talked about this with Relia in detail after the screenshot was showcased. We were like, this is not the same as Hornet riding the upwind drafts because there's no wind. She doesn't have her needle. With these sprites, you can clearly see she throws her needle and then of course it's gonna look much faster and much smoother actually in game. It's like Mushroom Face pointed out, these are not the complete sprites, so don't worry, it's not gonna look this stiff. It's gonna have like these fancy shaders and probably it's gonna look a lot more dynamic than what you can put together with this little sprite sheet. Moving forward is the fucking meme to that, her spider crawl animation. This I believe is a backdash into a crawl. I really love the spider crawl. I think it looks so silly. It does. It looks fucking creepy as all hell, and someone made the best animation out of this possible. Let me pull it up for you. It's Kiwi1011 putting this in a video. Just yeah. What the fuck? Get good! Or just look at her crawling around. I don't know why that just looks so fucking goofy. It kind of looks creepy too. Amazing work, Kiwi. Thank you very much. Here's a different version of the crawl going to the left instead of the right. So yeah, both of those put together in the video Kiwi made. Ooh, the map animation. I was actually really excited to see this one. This is the first sprite that caught my attention because the sprite sheet starts with this Hornet pulling out her map. I'm not sure if we've seen this in the demo or not. Demo is like 6-year-old. I don't really remember if the demo even had a map. I don't think it had a map. I'm like 99% sure. But as I said, it's pretty cool how she puts one leg over another. Shows off a lot of character in her. All her movements have a lot of character, much more than the ghost, the little knight, and on purpose. Lore-wise, it makes absolute sense. A lot of people thought this one was silly in my original post. My theory is that this is her death animation. Yep, that's what I said too in my video of my analyzing the things. I'm pretty sure we see this animation in the demo, not the treehouse footage, because Hornet never dies in that, because those ladies were very competent at the game. But a lot of other demo footage that people uploaded, because you could actually play that demo, you see Hornet's death animation and she explodes into silk. I think Mossbag made a joke about it of Hornet exploding into Void, where he was, you know, just taking a jab at the Hornet Void believers. Hornet with Chakra's ring. This action looks like it might be a parry, or maybe her playing them as an instrument. It could also be a tool that Chakra gives to Hornet. Yeah, I don't think this is a parry. I doubt we'll be able to use anything other than the needle as weapons. That would be insane. So I don't think that's the case at all. It's probably like her way to open like a door or something. Like, it's definitely a ritual out of combat gameplay mechanic. The fact that we can't see her needle at all though, I wonder if it's just because it's not included in the sprite and in the game it'll just be fallen on the floor or something. Who knows? Looks like Hornet might also fight the sun. Hey, you pointed it. Dude, I love it. I love that we're on the same frequency about this, because that's what I said. This looks like the knight pulling out his little sword in front of the Radiance. I do think this is an incomplete animation because I couldn't find what the starting frame might be. Hope you all enjoy the work I put making these. There's a few more sprites I want to try to animate, but I'm a college student and I gotta go back doing my work. If I animate more, I'll edit this post and add them in. Well, we got an edit with 2 more sprites. Let's see them. This one I think is one of her acrobatic air jumps. Yep, definitely a very small animation. We didn't have a lot of sprites in this, but a lot of people pointed out that her legs being crossed over that I thought was her swimming is actually just her air diving. So that kind of puts a hole in my underwater section theory. It would be cool to get a SILKSONG underwater level. Team Cherry, maybe you can delay the game for another 3 years to add that. Think about it. Not sure what the context of this one might be. It's oh, it's her mean face. Why does her head look so fucking big in this? Literally the size of her whole body. Hornet, what is happening? Man, she's just standing there menacingly. Now, I know at the start of the video I said that it is a sad day because we do not have the naked Hornet animation. Someone did make a fan version of it. It's actually really cool because they made it in pixel art and I thought I would show it off because the video is about Hornet animations. It's this one made by MH Bally. Pixel art and dead memes and broken dreams. Very well said. It looks so good. It's just Hornet throwing her cloak in anger and then flexing. Yo, why is she angry though? She's probably sick of waiting for SILKSONG just like us. Oh, someone also animated Hornet being engulfed by the black tentacle thingy, but I already showed that off in my previous video, so that's why I didn't talk about it this time. But other than that, I don't think there's enough sprites to make any new animations out of this. If someone does it, I'll let you know. Till then, thank you for watching. Look forward to more content, and I'll see you later with a new video. Primacon signing out.